Hi everybody! Welcome to Todd Talks. I had an exciting adventure this last weekend. Weekend at Bernie Sanders. Last week, my Uncle Bernie died. I didn't really know the guy, but my family all says he was really nice, so I'm guessing he was really nice. Unless they're lying. I don't think my family would lie to me. I don't know, maybe. We were supposed to go visit my aunt so we could have my Uncle Bernie's funeral. I went somewhere, and then they left without me. That was kind of mean. My mom left me a note and some money. She said to call a cab. And I started yelling at the note, "Hey lady, how am I supposed to get a cab?" And then I noticed on the note, it had the phone number for a cab company. So I called the cab company. The cab showed up. I got in and he asked me what the address was. I didn't know what the address was. I decided that I would look it up. His last name was Saunders. S-A-N-D-E-R-S. Saunders. Bernie Saunders. I gave the first address that popped up to the cab driver. It took a really long time to get there. My mom said in the note that it was only supposed to take maybe a couple hours. And it took a lot longer than that. We pulled up to the house about 7 or 8. And no, that was from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm not Will Smith. I got out of the cab, I went up to the house, I knocked on the door, and the ghost of my Uncle Bernie answered it, and he sounded angry. I told him that I was there to spend the weekend because my parents told me to, so he invited me in, and he gave me some iced tea. I don't normally like iced tea, but I was kind of afraid maybe he'd possess me, or he'd haunt me for the rest of my life. It actually wasn't that bad. But typically I don't like iced tea. He tried calling my parents, but my parents wouldn't answer. So he just let me stay the weekend. We played all sorts of old guy games. Parcheesi? And I thought I was going to have to do something with pieces of cheese. I got really excited, but it didn't have anything to do with that, so I was kind of disappointed. And then while I was at his house, he kept yelling stuff about not having any super packs. What's that? Pac-Man for the Super Nintendo? He talked an awful lot about someone named Hillary. He got really angry when I mentioned her. And he told the funniest jokes about this guy named, what was his name? O'Malley? I think he's the guy from Disney's Aristocats. He's the one who always thinks about everybody wants to be a cat. That's a pretty good song. Every time he talked about that guy, he just started cracking up. I didn't get the joke. I laughed because you don't want to make angry ghosts angry at you. Keep them angry at people who own a Disney movie. When I got home, I got rid of that copy right away. Otherwise, he's the nicest ghost I ever met. He drove me home after the weekend was over, and we just got home. He's hanging out for some reason. I found out that his last name is actually Sanders, which is what I typed into the Google search. Apparently, Saunders has a U in it. Who knew? Here he is now. Hi, Bernie.
Here, have a bumper sticker.
Oh, come on! What is this about? I don't even have a car. I'm surprised it doesn't say anything about not having super packs on it.
As a matter of fact, I don't have super packs.
I know. That's all I heard about all weekend. No one even knows what a super pack is. Okay, Bernie, I've had enough of you. If you don't leave right now, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump. And nobody wants that. So maybe that chick from Alaska.
Okay, I can take a hint.
Aw, dude, you drank out of it already!
Feel the burn!
So I got burned. I hope you enjoyed the story about my weekend at Bernie Sanders' house. If you had an exciting weekend, post it in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye!